explain what the setup was. You looked down at your schedule, you had no idea what it was. It was simply a title that had an apostrophe instead of a G. But let me set some stuff up for you guys. Welcome, everyone. My name is Carl Uncle Yo Custer. I'm a geek-specific stand-up comedian. I've been a fan of... I grew up watching cartoons and anime my whole life. I've done everything in my life to try and be a writer. Because what made me want to write for television, for video games, for comic books was anime. Neon Genesis Evangelion, Trigun, Cowboy Bebop, the shows that proved they were smarter than me. So I had a dream the first night I ever stayed in my college bed that would be my bed for the next 4 years. I woke up, jotted things down, and based on what I could see, I took out the Talking Muppet and the David Mamet references, but it started stewing and brewing in my head. And 7 years later, it came out into a script. And the script is right here. We're doing something that I've never seen before happen at a Comic-Con. We can only do this by the grace and the generosity of Read Pop exhibitions here at the New York Comic-Con. We're doing this in conjunction with Between Us Productions, run by Miss Samantha Lee Manis right behind me. These are friends, these are actors I'm calling in favors from and are probably going to owe arm, leg, and possibly firstborn child to the people on the right. All of the posters that you see behind us, because this is a live stage reading for the pilot of an animated series that has not been created yet. This is episode 1 of a project that's been in my head that I've wanted to give back to you guys for the past 7 years. This is an anime-style show written by an American otaku fan. All of our drawings that you see behind us, they've been generously commissioned by Judith and Natalie. You can meet them over in the Artist Alley in my booth as well. And we'll see you guys throughout the whole weekend. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming. This is a gift. This is a treat for you guys. Road Trippin'.
Hi, welcome to Road Tripping. We will have Bill, played by John Baker. Mary, played by Sharon Zaslaw. Seth, played by Mario Bueno. Gail, played by Lizette Espelette. The Attendant and Nick, played by Augie Donnell. Agent Greystone by Eric Chase. And Nori Chodo by Michael Schlapp. I am Samantha Lee Manis. I will be reading the stage directions. So this is Road Trippin' by Carl Custer. Outer space. Camera pans to find Earth. Stars can be seen in the limitless distance. The sun rises from behind. A lone satellite moves into the frame delicately and then gets smashed by a passing meteor. The pieces of the satellite are sent hurtling into the dark void of space.
Before he went away, my brother Harry told me there are hundreds of planets out there just like Earth, with hundreds of people just like us. Problem is, 2 of those planets will never connect. So we could wait until the end of time for that to happen, or we could try and connect with the people around us.
We fall through the clouds into the atmosphere, past an alien spaceship and some geese, only to land in exterior, desert highway day. A dusty highway sign reads, only 30 miles to Majestic, the world's largest chewing gum cow sculpture. An ancient station wagon clumps past the sign. A tumbleweed is trailing the station wagon. It moves into the left lane and passes. Interior, station wagon continuous. Seth Cartwright looks out the black window at the passing scenery, a vast and desolate American West. He sighs and starts chewing his nails, a flash from a Polaroid camera. Mary Cartwright smiles at us from the front passenger seat, shakes an undeveloped Polaroid and turns to face front. Someone sitting next to Seth suddenly punches him in the arm. Seth doesn't react. He takes out a journal and begins writing in it.
The days are becoming a sludge of blurred scenery, and we still haven't found this ski resort called Orion's Gate. The problem is, it's not on any map, so our journey's made a few unplanned stops. My father said that his father took him there when he turned 16, so it's become a family tradition. Harry's turn.
A note stuck to a fridge. The note reads, family, have run away to find myself. Technically not your fault. Love, Harry. The car passes another sign. 30 more miles to Majesty.
Dad, can we please roll down a window?
No can do, son. Roll down windows create wind resistance, thus lowering gas efficiency, thus impeding our chances of making good time.
The only problem with family road trips is having to include your family. You'll always be the kid. Nothing can change.
Cut to exterior desert highway day. Camera pans to a rental car dead on the roadside. The hood is open and the engine is steaming. Gail, a woman in a tight-fitting red one-piece dress, sits on the trunk sticking her thumb out.
Welcome any change by this point.
Gail looks down at the pocket mirror. Flipping it open, we see blinking lights and intricate circuitry. A holographic display of an hourglass appears. It hovers in midair and is dangerously low. Gail sighs. She looks up and sees a car approaching in the distance.
Finally. Get your game face on, girls.
Interior station wagon continuous. The gear reader jumps a gear. The engine crescendos with Nick Seth's brother as he complains.
Dad! Dad! Dad!
What?
I gotta pee.
You got a mayonnaise jar back there, don't you?
There's still mayonnaise in it.
We're not pulling over. We're making good time. Mary, give him a spoon.
Lactose intolerant.
Bill, there's a woman in the road.
Don't change the subject. Hey, there is a woman in the road.
Bill looks up and sees Gail waving a pair of white briefs as a signal flag. The station wagon pulls up behind Gail's car.
And we were making good time.
In the back seat, Seth wakes up from a nap. He looks out his window to see Gail's abundant cleavage staring at him. He pops back and startled. Bill talks to Gail through his window.
You all right, ma'am?
I am now.
Cut to desert highway a mile away. Heat waves blur our vision. A man is dehydrated and delirious emerged from a dust cloud. He wears a gray suit like a government agent from the 1930s.
Soon, woman. Very soon.
He walks out of frame, dragging behind him a 15-foot-long seat belt. Fade to exterior majestic motel. Day. A two-story wooden motel painted in ostentatious southwestern colors and a roof of Spanish tiles. A sign announces that this is the home of Majestic, the cow gum sculpture. Interior, motel lobby. Bill enters the lobby through a pair of saloon doors overloaded with overnight bags. Pastor Maury Chono is arguing with an attendant at the front desk. Bill stands behind them, impatient.
What I'm saying is, young man, is that you cannot deny a body a place to worship.
You're free to worship anywhere you want, just not here. I'm not insured for it.
Excuse me.
You misunderstand, young man. I'm taking permission to use your back room. Now give me the key.
Chono and the attendant hammer on the desk counter, progressively smashing it into the ground.
I'd like a room.
For the last time, you can't hold a meeting in a public space, for religious purposes.
It's not a religious thing. It's a money pyramid scheme in disguise. It's a cult. They're completely different on paper.
Fine, then use the room.
Thank you kindly. May I be with you?
Bumping into Bill.
Why, hello there, friend. Have you ever considered joining a cult? Free fruit punch. Maury Chono, preacher extraordinaire. You like me? See the marvelous service.
Chono slithers away. Bill goes to the attendant.
Make it quick. Hi, can I get a room with,
Mary pops in between them.
Did you get a room yet, Bill? Hi. We'd like a double suite on the top floor.
Names and number of guests.
She shoves her Polaroid camera into his hands, then walks into our faces. Seth, Nick, Bill, and Gail are standing at the motel entrance.
New motel, family picture.
Attendant shrugs and takes a picture. Freeze frame on the picture he takes. Bill holding luggage, looking lost. Mary holding her sons in her arms like the jaws of life. Gail wearing a wide-brimmed hat, towering over the rest of the family. Seth walks in front of the frozen picture like a professor giving a lecture. The photo loses its color.
At this time, we pause our farce to meet the players in My Never-Ending Summer Family Road Trip.
Interior, private movie theater. Seth takes a seat in a padded chair. The Carthrights already sit around him. The frozen picture is in front of them, and they now offer commentaries. A small box frames Bill's frozen face on the picture and zooms in on his blank expression.
Bill Carthright, the father. A cowboy without a horse.
Look at that chiseled jaw. That's a Cartwright jaw.
And on his shoulders, the Cartwright family dandruff.
The picture zooms in on Mary.
Mary Cartwright, the mother.
Oh no, my hair is out of control. What people are going to think? I'm a crazy person.
To think she blames the hair.
The picture zooms in on
Nicholas Redenbacher, Cartwright Spawnling, number 3.
Life is not a game. The game is life.
In my dreams, I discover your adoption papers.
The picture zooms in on Seth, rolling his eyes.
Seth Cosby, Cartwright Spawnling, number 2. And who's number 1? That's none of your business.
Shouldn't we tell them about Harry?
Mom, Harry's not there. I didn't even see him that summer.
But he's always in our hearts.
The picture zooms in on Gail. Somehow she has retained her color and in fact glows on the screen.
And you.
And me.
What's your name again?
That's no way to treat family.
Not family.
That's not true, sir. That's Gail, your cousin, I think.
From whose side?
Your mother's cousin.
No, your father's uncle's cousins.
Gail slips over to Bill and rubs his shoulders. Bill melts.
I do have the Cartwright shoulders, wouldn't you say?
Back to interior motel lobby. Back to real time after the photo was taken.
We can't fit you.
What?
We're completely booked.
Gail looms up to the desk and smiles at the attendant. She raises her hand to her face. We notice a ring she's wearing. It begins to glow yellow.
Are you sure about that?
The attendant smiles back at Gail and shows his own ring, which glows yellow in sync with Gail's.
My mistake. I think something just opened up on the top floor.
I'm sure something did.
All the characters leave except for Seth, who stares completely dumbfounded. Fade 2, exterior desert highway night. Gail's rental car. The man in the gray suit, Agent Greystone, looks under the hood.
Blasted woman! You ruined my car!
He notices a pair of white briefs laying on the roof. He snatches them. He kicks a tire. The entire car collapses. He slumps in defeat. A tumbleweed rolls into the frame. Greystone hooks his feet around a tire and lashes onto the tumbleweed with his seatbelt. Strangely enough, the tumbleweed drags Greystone down the road.
You're not getting the best of me, Gail. Not this time. You will pay for your crimes.
Interior motel room. Seth opens one eye and slips out of his sleeping bag. He looks around. The rest of his family is packed in a tiny motel room sleeping. Seth goes to the door and sneaks into the hallway. Motel lobby. Gail and the attendant are alone in the dark, save for the neon welcome sign above the check-in counter. They are speaking in low voices. Pull out to see a staircase. Seth slinks into the frame, lies down, and creeps down the stairs, trying to listen.
You're a real piece of work, Gail. You know that? A little stunt you pulled on the FBI all over the underground networks. You're making a lot of enemies.
If I can make it to Orion's Gate first, none of that would matter. Assuming you could still supply me.
The agency's put a bounty on.
Bounty? For how much?
The attendant tenses. Gail shifts in her seat.
Not nearly enough for all the trouble you put me through.
He puts a large case on the counter. It unfolds, revealing an arsenal of shiny cosmetics. Gail looks over a lipstick tube that flips open, becoming a telescope.
So what's the deal? What's the deal with that family? Were you just lonely, or did you erase all their minds?
Erase their minds?
I had to keep moving. Only problem is one of the boys resisted.
That's a first. No one's ever resisted you.
She examines a hairdryer that twists to become a taser.
I have other methods, and according to my tracer, there should be a landing soon for a memory harvest. And who knows, he might make a good host.
Landing? Host? We gotta get out of here!
Seth's footing slips. Sound effects. Thud. Gail and attendant look up. Gail readies her weapon.
I'll be back, Ronnie. If you hear screaming, ignore it.
Gotcha. Standard summer camp procedures.
Seth trips up the stairs and runs back to his room. Intel motel room. Seth runs into the room and presses his back against the door. Zoom out to see Gail sitting on the window ledge looking over some Polaroids.
How did you beat me up here?
Fast. Please don't scream. Our family's had a very long day.
They are not your family. What about erasing their minds, huh? You're not even human.
Just along for the ride.
Cut to flashback scene. Exterior desert highway earlier that day. Bill takes a look under Gail's hood.
It doesn't look good.
Gail poses dramatically on the car's trunk.
Oh, please, sir. You can't abandon poor little me in the sun. I'll melt. And what if a coyote comes along? Who's going to protect me?
Nick and Seth watch from the station wagon back seat. Seth goes to bite into a sandwich.
Wasn't Dad the one who told us never to pick up hitchhikers?
I think that was Smokey the Bear.
In the front seat, Mary's eyes are tiny glowing red orbs of rage pointed directly at Gail.
Well, there's a motel about 30 miles up the road. We'll be glad to drop you off.
Can't I stay with you?
No, we got a lot of road to travel. We're actually heading for Orion's Gate. You ever hear of it?
You might say I'm heading there myself. We should carpool, Uncle.
What's that?
Gail walks in front of the station wagon. Mary, Nick, Seth, and Bill look at her unsure. Gail smiles and begins to unzip the top of her dress. Point of view over Gail's shoulder as she opens her top to the Cartwrights. A blinding, glorious light, complete with angelic choir, blasts from her chest. Wide out, too, the Cartwrights are motionless, blinking hard as if they've been hypnotized. Bill looks at the car's digital clock.
Oh, holy jeez, look at the time we've wasted. Quick, Cousin Gail, get in.
Seth seems to be the only one moving at regular speed.
We haven't stopped that long.
He bites into his sandwich, which is now covered in a mountain of mold. He spits it out and wipes at his tongue. End of flashback. The motel room.
And now they think you're related to us or something.
Gail reaches over her seat and examines Seth's scalp, then looks into his mouth and under his eyelids.
I still don't know how you resisted. You must be some freakish genetic abnormality.
Excuse me? I'm not the one who hypnotized.
I didn't hypnotize anyone. I rewrote their memories. It's different. Just be glad I'm not in the business of stealing memories. Those are the people you have to watch out for.
Why? And how?
She snatches the Polaroids from Gail. Gail shrugs and watches the moon.
It would be terribly inconvenient if I told you.
Because you have to kill me?
Well, I'd have to rewrite your family's memory again after I kill you.
Gail still holds one picture. She grins.
Who's this? He's very handsome. Is that the famous older brother?
Seth tries to grab the picture. Gail taunts him by holding it out of his reach. Gail laughs through her teeth.
His name is Harold. Everyone calls him Abel Harry because he can do everything right.
Your mother told me he went missing. He looks familiar.
Why are you coming with us? What do you want at Orion's Gate?
What do you want?
Should I tell you? We haven't told the truth since we found it.
I do need to get to Orion's Gate. That wasn't a lie.
And everything else is? Gail?
He gets the picture and holds it to his chest. Gail sits back down, crossing her legs. Her hair and eyes shine in the moonlight.
Kid, everyone has secrets. Everyone has something they're not supposed to know, but can't be completed until they learn it.
Seth takes a step back from Gail, who's lost all hostility.
Things may be getting ugly real soon. You'll be safer if you stick with me.
I don't trust you.
I don't want you to.
Cut to interior majestic motel hallway night. Pastor Maury Chono is stapling flyers for his sermon and on every door. He examines his fingernails. They reflect a yellow light from. He turns around to see a soccer ball-sized spaceship hovering silently next to his face.
Tall man, we require a host to transport us to Orion's Gate.
And might I suggest the host of the Great Martha, only a cult for technicality.
We require a shepherd to gather humans for memory collection.
Memory collection?
Memories, the richest resource of all sentient life. Our shepherd must be able to gather humans.
Well, you've come to the right man, Maury Chono, swindler extraordinaire. But understand, my stain-resistant friend, my services will not come cheap.
We will reward you with the burning light from the stars themselves and highest knowledge ever received by your species.
I also accept bankers' checks, credit cards, and food stamps.
The spaceship shoots a yellow beam into Chono's forehead. Chono's eyes glow yellow and his voice becomes the spaceship's voice.
We are to harvest the humans.
Cut to motel room continuous. Inside Gail's suitcase, her compact mirror flips open, revealing the holographic hourglass is empty and blinking red. Red letters flash, warning, landing detected. Fade 2, Majestic Motel morning. A disgruntled and apathetic rooster walks into center frame. It breathes in, preparing to crow. The rooster is squashed by a tumbleweed. The rooster dusts itself off and is squashed again under Agent Greystone, who is dragged into the parking lot on his face by the tumbleweed caught on by his seatbelt. The tumbleweed rolls into a handicapped parking space. Greystone coughs out dust and looks up. Greystone flicks his seatbelt. It unravels off the tumbleweed and recoils into a small pouch on his side. Interior motel lobby. Agent Greystone approaches the saloon doors slowly. He tries to kick them open. They swing back, catching his foot, and he drops. Greystone crawls under the saloon doors and pops into frame. Greystone goes to the front desk and rings the service bell. Ronnie enters, brushing his teeth, spilling toothpaste foam from his mouth.
Yes?
Uh-oh. He's in trouble now.
Exterior, Majestic